Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Okay, I'm pretty sure that my headphones are connected. I checked and now it's should be actually in my ears that I should be hearing this. Or when it said, um, hmm, hello. Okay, it says connected, but I don't know why it said recording in progress, on my computer. It's like whatever. Um, Either way, it's going to work. The only thing is the girls are down for quiet time and we may get interrupted during this training. So just FYI, if that happens, I'm not even going to worry about the audio right now. I'm sure you can hear me just fine. What's up, everybody? How are we doing? How has your month been? Um, it has been a really, really good month over here, and summer is freaking flying by, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, I just cannot even. I've been having the best time of my freaking life all summer long, and it's just been incredible. And this month has been slower for me in trading compared to last month. Like last month, I had my best profitable month since beginning last November, and then this month is a bit slower. And the reason why is because you probably have noticed that there has been a lot of panic selling going on this month. And it's just been overall, it's been a slower month compared to other months. Now, the main reason for this being that August is actually typically a slower month in the market, regardless, like no matter what. And of course, there's still tons of opportunities to profit every single day, and you have seen that inside of our Discord community. How many runners are happening like throughout the week? There are so many freaking runners, and sometimes we are not in those runners, and it's like, oh my gosh, because we may be holding other things. Now, for me, that has become the case this month because I bought in on a lot of things before the market took quite a bit of a dump and a lot of stocks reversed and went, obviously in the opposite direction of up, right? So they were going down, and I decided that I was going to hold on. And actually, you guys, during this time, I've been buying a lot of the dips. And we're going to talk more about that today and also talk more about really thinking like the market makers, thinking like um bigger brokers, and thinking like those who are on Wall Street, like actually putting your brain and really just like knowing that a lot of the times when we see a big sell off in the market, depending on if it's one trade or 10 or 15 trades or however many trades you're in, um we see people panicking and saying, "Oh my God, I don't want to lose more money." So they get out and they actually lose money because they don't hold, right? And now we also have to know, and you could take notes if anything that pops up, just you can write it down um, at any time during this training, okay? So the smaller cap stocks are not ones that we are holding, okay? We don't wait for these to come around because we have zero, like, and depending on your risk management, you could be holding some small cap stocks if you've had previous success with them. For example, one of mine right now is a small cap. It's SPCV, and I know I've talked about it in the Discord. Um, this company is called Supercom, and I've actually profited several $100s off of them this year. And that was when it was trading at like 18, 19, 20, 21 cents. So I sold most of my profits at the last run, and then I didn't like I had like a tiny, tiny piece, like I think I had like $10 or something like that in it. And then they did a reverse split. So now it is trading again like 328 last time I checked today. We could actually go and we could go check real quick. Why not? Let me just make sure my Robinhood account's up here. Okay. So share screen. Okay, we're looking because I wanted to talk about NVIDIA as well today. Um, okay, so SPCB. Super calm. Now, this company has a ton of cash on hand, you guys, and they are profitable. They beat earnings by quite a bit. Now, when you're growing a company like the reason why they went through a reverse split was because they spent a ton of their cash. They spent a lot of their money, and also they used a lot of that for growing purposes, right? Compliance is a dollar. So once a company is underneath the dollar and cannot get back up over that dollar, then a lot of the times they're going to choose to do a reverse split. So, it depends on your risk tolerance. Once again, if you want to stay in that, well, they do that, or if you want to sell, which is exactly what I did, I sold for profit at the last spike, and then I got out, and then it reverse split, and then I decided to buy some more. Okay, so I have right here, I just have 51 shares right now of SPCB. And the thing is, it has not spiked after the reverse split yet. And a lot of the times, stocks go through a really nice spike sometime after the reverse split. This can be a couple of days, this can be like the next day, this can take a week or two, or it can take longer than that. So SPCB is more of a swing trade for me. And also I have been obviously like selling and buying the dip, selling for a profit, and then buying more when it dips. Am I going to keep this long term? I'm not sure. I'm not 110% sure, but right now I have it and I am holding on to it until it spikes again. And I do believe that is coming very soon. I just don't know when. Now, it did go through, it's kind of just chilling today. It's not doing too much. It's at 328 right now. It really, and even when I was in it, before it did the reverse split, it does not move that much. It really doesn't move too much. Like, it goes through dips, but you can see here it's lost 0.02 cents. You know what I mean? So it's not like a huge, like, holy shit, it's not moving as fast as like Nvidia, for example. Um, my average is 347. I'll lower that. It's 328 right now. I'm not going to buy anything right now, but I just want to just express that some of these small cap stocks, they also have specific patterns. And if you start to trade them regularly, you're going to um, see that pattern for yourself. Now, Nvidia. Now, Nvidia has went through huge sell-offs lately. Like, it's crazy. It's so up and down that it's just wild. It's like, look at this. Look at this chart. This is just a weak chart of Nvidia. Like, it's normal for it to drop, to gain $3.50, $3 to drop $3 to gain three. It's like $3 to $5 normally in any given day, and sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on what's going on in the market, depending on if there's a catalyst coming up, depending on those factors. But NVIDIA earnings are coming out today after hours, and I'm freaking excited. I'm very excited about it because I believe that it is going to fly, even if it doesn't fly as much as I'm thinking it will surpass 140 today after earnings, but if it doesn't, it's going to be happening eventually. It's going to happen eventually. Nvidia is they brought the price up to like $1,000, a little bit over that, and then they went through a split. And it is a company that is continuing to grow, continuing to add value. It's one of the top AI companies. It is the top AI company. Um, then and it's just gonna keep growing over time, is my belief. All right. So if you look here, and you can always look at this for any stock, when you're deciding to hold and to essentially, when people are panic selling, you're buying, right? You are buying the dip. Sometimes it dips more when you buy a dip, right? You buy a dip, you're like, oh yeah, this is great. And then it dips more. Then, you got to decide which stocks you're going to believe in and be confident about holding your money in. All right. And Nvidia is one of those for me. Okay. I actually have Nvidia. I have Nvidia in my regular trading account. Here, right here is, I've got little over 19 shares. And then I have more over on Webull. And then I have a little piece in my IRA. Right now I'm mostly trading in here, but what I'm desiring to do is move a lot of this money that I am holding as I'm scaling profits. I'm going to be moving it into my IRA Roth account, which I manage myself too, which you can start an IRA right on Robinhood, if you wish. And then I'm gonna be doing more trading over in my IRA eventually as I keep moving money over to the IRA account. And then when you do that, you do not have to pay taxes on your profits. Okay. So this is really great because especially if you're holding something over time, but then you're scaling profits along the way. So that just means you have an average of, right now, my average is 125.88, right? Let's say it hits 140 today and I decide I want to take some profits. So maybe I sell 10 of my shares. And then when it goes through a dip again, then I buy more and my average is different. My average will probably be different. But it doesn't matter because I'm this is like long term, like over time, it's going to keep growing. Over time, I'm going to have more shares because I'm going to have more money that I'm able to put into these stocks. If you feel that this is exactly where we're going. This is exactly where we're going. And then with the day trades, the smaller caps, as I am giving those alerts, as I'm getting into them, as I'm um scaling profits on these small cap stocks, I'm able to have a larger risk, right? I'm able to, if I lost a couple of $100, for example, in a day trade in a small cap, it wouldn't actually be a big deal because I have a lot more money that I have been profiting over time, right? And I really do believe and think that we should be playing small at first, and that this is exactly how I have really been able to gain confidence in putting more money into these small cap stocks that are very volatile at times, right? They're very, very jumpy. Um, Sometimes it's like you get in too soon, or you enter or you exit, you sell, and then it like flies even more. And it's like, oh my God. So it can be frustrating. Sometimes it can be frustrating. It can feel frustrating. That's why I am focused on teaching a strategy that combines all of the things. So the fast money wins, the long-term scalping, holding, um, holding for gold, for more gold, right? So it's like right now, and the thing is this is going to be, I'm pretty excited to see what Nvidia closes at today. Um, and to just see like what the earnings, like what their earnings report is. I've been really excited about this. And also CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike, I have a little tiny piece, not very much at all. It's more of an expensive stock. But Nvidia is one that I am consistently in and watching, and I have scalped uh $600 off of it now, just this year, which now I've just been pretty much holding. Like I haven't even really wanted to sell any shares. Um, so we'll see what I decide to do, you know, later today with it. And it's kind of just like one of those things. Now I have so many different things that I'm holding. I haven't had as much available funds to do the day trades, to do the small caps. Um, because I love the fact that, I can, you know, and I know that this is gonna change even next month. Like, I'm gonna have a lot more available funds available, that I can trade more with. But it's been nice because I've just been able to really just chill and, like, not do a ton of trading every single day. Like, actually, the last couple of days, I've literally traded for like 30 minutes, and it's been like, it's just been fine, right? It's been great. Um, but I do have seasons in my experience, and really, like, I love to be doing it. Like, I love to trade. So it's also been like, oh my gosh, like, I want to put more money in my account, but also knowing that, like, being patient, right? Being patient in the process of growing your account and expanding your risk and building more profits to be able to put into the small cap stocks, which are very exciting. It's exciting. It's like, it pumps it gets my adrenaline going. It gets me just like moving. It's like, it's fun, right? Even if I get into something that reverses, and or I find myself chasing it or something like that, um it's still very, very fun, and I love doing it. Like, I love doing it. So this is, when we see a panic selling. Okay, we saw this with Bitcoin yesterday, went through a huge dump just yesterday. It's still down, but look at this. Like, just look at this 1 month chart. Look at this. It went all the way down. Look, uh $98 here. I've been in it the whole time, through these dips. $99, and that was a pretty big dip. And then look here, yeah, 130 just on August 19th. So I could have sold some of my profits here, if I wanted to. I was just up over like 150 bucks just the other day, and I decided, nope, I'm waiting till earnings. And and I haven't even decided if I'm gonna sell any yet or not. Maybe a few, so I can have some more funds, for tomorrow and Friday. But also, I just love I just I don't know, that I get such a thrill out of, like, continuing to grow my position on some of these trades, and then when you do go through the market goes through a spike, it's bullish, it's going, it's going, it's going, and you see that you're up, like, a couple of grand, like, it's just exciting. It's like, "Woo!" It's like, just imagine if I had 20, 30, 40 more shares, right? And if I actually held for a couple of years. So this is why I'm, like, doing the combination approach where, um, I don't wanna just give you tips for short-term success and for getting those fast money wins. I really want to support you to build more wealth over time, so you have more freedom and more flexibility, and you feel just like, if you needed to take out money, if you needed to withdraw something for whatever it is that you wanted or needed, that you could do that. And then you would have an abundance of funds. So it didn't feel like, ooh, I don't really want to take from my investments, right? Like, I want this to be a fun process of growth for you too. This is why I have been so keen on the beginning of really living my life behind the scenes, in a way that is like what I really want, right? Is like really living my life the way that I want to be. So, if I'm not alerting pre-market every single day, or if I'm not trading as much every single day, it's like, I want you to know that I'm living my life, right? That I'm with the girls, I'm, playing, I'm unplugged, I'm freaking like going on a run. Like, I'm not glued to my freaking phone. I'm not glued to my trading account. I'm not glued to needing a specific financial result in order for me to just like plug in and play, and to really just be in the mindset of abundance and wealth and freedom and fun and pleasure. And this is what I want more than this is what I'm focused on creating in my experience, in my brand. Um, just like, I want to bring not just the action piece, not just the strategy, not just the alerts and like, hey, here is exactly the level to jump in at. Like, here's the safest entry point. If the trend reverses, get out right away. Like the actual, hey, this is how you're gonna do it, and this is how you're going to see your account grow over time by plugging into some of these longer term stocks and divvy stocks that give you a consistent monthly payment. um but I want you to really just see this as a long-term game. This is something that you're going to be doing until you're super old, like, until you are, and this is something that I would love for you to teach your kids, right? Or teach your spouse, or to talk about, because I think that everybody can benefit from trading and from learning the stock market and from learning the tactics, the fear tactics behind it. Because it's not just the strategy, you guys. Trading is like 110% mindset and emotional intelligence, right? It's like, how do you hold yourself when you are down on a stock like Nvidia, for example? Say you got 10 shares and then it dumps to $99 and now you're down three, four, five, $600. You're like, oh shit, right? Um, when I first started trading, this was a lot more difficult for me. Like it was really hard for me to see like being in the red, especially like a couple of $100, until I started to really pick up on the main thing is like when market makers, or when people have tons more shares than you or me, like, because we are retail traders and investors, really. So, somebody who can put millions and millions and millions of dollars into some of these trades in any instant, right? Like, or sell hundreds of thousands of dollars of trades of a stock, and then you see a big dip happening. Most likely it's because they are taking profits. They're scaling their profits. They're selling at the high so that they can buy more at the low, right? And they want to scare people out of selling. They want you to be scared so that you get out so they can get back in, right? And it's something that you're going to like really pick up on over time. And also you've got to not be afraid of losing money. You got to not um let that fear of losing it dictate your trading moves, dictate your emotions. Because in emotion, like when you're emotionally trading, you're gonna have a lot less luck. Like you're not gonna be thinking clearly. That's what I'm looking for. You're not gonna be thinking clearly because you're in fear, right? You're in fear. You're like, holy shit, I'm losing money. Like, I got to get out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like this panic feeling. It's like this chaotic energy. Now, wealthy, like when you plug into your wealthiest self, and this is what I've been doing, this is what I've been practicing a lot lately. I'm going to stop sharing this screen for a minute because I want to do like a little exercise with you. Okay. So, what I've been doing, because once again, when I first started and I seen like, oh, I'm down, a couple of $100 on the, Tesla, for example. I finally got out of that in profit. Like I scaled a couple of $100. I actually haven't started a position with Tesla in a while. I have scalped it a little bit. But now I don't have a position at all right now with Tesla, but I would like to change that. But some of these larger cap stocks, you guys, we're not talking 20, 10, 5, $3, right? We're not talking that. We're talking like $100 stock. We're talking $200 stocks. We're talking $300 stocks. So you do got to pick and choose who you want to build with. And then as you have more money, right? As you build more money, then hey, then you can add more. Now I have a lot of like a lot of different things, a lot of larger cap stocks. I have Amazon, I have Google, I have Nvidia, I have CrowdStrike, I have Lunar. Lunar is more of a small cap still. I mean, I believe in that company. I really do believe it's going to short squeeze eventually. I don't know when, probably at the next launch or before that. Hopefully very soon. I would just love to just see Lunar fly to $30. Like, come on, just do it. I want Lunar to fly to $30 so bad. Or more, because it has before. It actually was February 2023 when I did it last time. Okay. So you start to pick up on these patterns. You start to get a feeling for how it all goes up over time. Everything goes up over time. Yes, there are companies that go bankrupt. There are companies who lose compliance, who get delisted. And of course, obviously, you don't want to be holding those. You don't want to be playing those. Um, the SPCB, for example, that one and NKGN are the only two small caps that I'm holding right now, for specific reasons. NKGN is at a 52-week low, and it spikes over $1 like often, and it's due for another spike. So it's things like this that you pick up on that you decide, hey, are you willing to risk $200-300 for profit or not? And you can have a smaller position than that. Like if you want to just see, you can have a smaller position. You do not have to put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars into these trades. All right. Um, Obviously, the more money you play with, the more money you profit. And that's why it is, when you are looking at safer options, looking at companies that beat earnings over and over and over again for several years in a row. Okay. And Meta is another huge one. Apple is another huge one. There are so many out there. There are so many out there. And then some companies pay dividends. And then when the stock is dipping, it's going through a dip, you're still making money every single month. Now I have several divvy stocks that are paying me on a monthly basis, and I've been more focusing on these ones instead of the quarterly ones lately, because they pay more. So Bitto is a huge one. NVDA or NVDY. So the NVIDIA goes along with NVIDIA. Okay. There's Tesla, TSLY. There's Misty, MSTY. These are the main ones that I'm in right now. And I'm adding every single month. I'm growing my position. I'm reinvesting my divvies. I'm reinvesting my divvies into these ones and knowing that once it goes through a bullish, once I'm up on it, I could always sell and then get back in on the dip. So you can too. You do not have to hold anything if you do not want. And a lot of day traders do not. Like they don't hold things. They sell them just during the momentum, during the bullish times, um, when there's a catalyst, something like that. So it's like you never have to hold if you don't want to. But if you want to, and if you want a really great way to build more money, build more income, build more wealth over time, then this is something you should definitely be doing, in my opinion, is growing your position, and then you can always scalp some profits along the way. This is what I'm doing. Um, so, depending on your goals, and I would love to know, and I would love for you to actually write down some goals right now. Write down some goals, write down some financial goals. What is it that you really desire to accomplish by trading in the stock market, by doing more investing? Think long term. Think like a vacation that you would freaking love to just withdraw a couple of grand from your trading account, and just use it for a vacation. And like, something that you want to buy, something that would just feel really fun for you. And this is going to be your exercise. This is going to be a really fun exercise that you're going to do, that I do on a consistent basis. So, one thing, for example, for me, I am actually doing, I was actually just looking at Airbnbs yesterday and the day before, is I am feeling into a family vacation in Florida. So I'm feeling into like a house near the beach with a really amazing outdoor pool. So it doesn't really need to be right on the beach. It would be cool if it was right on the beach, but like I don't need it to be right on the beach, but I do need it to be near a beach. You know, it just doesn't really matter, right? For me, what's more important is the layout of the house, is how close it is by really fun things, how close it is to by the beach, restaurants, things to do, and the pool. The pool is the freaking vibe for me. I love the pool, you guys. We have an outdoor pool. And you've probably seen in my content that I have been swimming like all summer long. I've been chilling in the freaking pool. I've been having summer shandies, just chilling, having a good time, freaking dancing outside, hanging out on the patio, like all of the like very consistently. Now today it's a cooler day. Yesterday was a cooler day. It's kind of been a cooler few days. Not going swimming today, tomorrow either. But then Friday it's gonna be super sunny and it's gonna be pool Friday. And then we're going to Nikki Glazer, the comedian, on Saturday with a group of people. Then Sunday it's supposed to be cooler, and then Monday, Labor Day, we're gonna have a pool party and barbecue over at our house again, which is gonna be a whole freaking vibe. So feeling in to this vacation, I've been feeling into how much, like where I want my trading account to be and how much, I want to be consistently bringing in for profits. And then I want to decide, okay, how much do I feel really good about withdrawing to put towards this freaking vacation, right? Um, because that feels really fun for me. That feels really fun for me. So I want you to also do the same thing and to know that if you have a secondary supplementary income, that's great. If you have more financial support, that is freaking amazing because you don't even actually need to take out any of your investment money if you do not want to. That isn't that even more exciting to you? It's like you can grow your trading account, you can keep growing it and like still like hold it, hold it there, knowing that it's making you more money every single month. Like this is this is exciting me. Like I'm like, "Hey, I'm willing to spend less money this month, even though I love to spend money, I really do. If I can if I can add more money into my investment accounts, if I can add more into my trading accounts, like I'd rather spend less over here and put more over here because I know that my money is working for me." And um and I also obviously have financial support. Um my husband has a killer job, like, he's got his trading accounts, which is really cool that he's, like, doing this too. He's doing more of, like, the longer term stuff, not really doing any day trading, but it's really cool because, a lot of the stuff we'll talk he'll tell me stocks that I didn't really know about. I'll talk to him about things that are going on, and it's just a really cool thing. So, my big goal, and then so you're leaning into these goals, these desires, and you're not judging yourself. You're not making it impossible for you to achieve, right? Because, for me, like I want, like I would, my big desire and goal right now is to have six figures in my trading accounts. That feels really expansive for me. That would allow me to play with a lot more money. That would allow me to have a lot bigger risk, management, a risk tolerance, but I want to do that in a mindful way and in like I'm not in a rush. Like I don't need it to happen tomorrow. Because also I'm only willing to lose a certain amount of money, right? I'm not willing to lose $5,000 in a day. Like, I'm not willing to lose $1,000 in a day. Like, buying and selling something like a day trade. So, you know that you have to pump more money into some of these stocks, into the day trades to gain $5,000 in a day or $1,000 in a day, right? Like right now, I'm still very happy to be profiting anywhere from $20 to $500, $600 a day. And that still feels expansive to me. It still feels good for me. So I'm still really just, growing at my own pace, which is what I want for you too, of course, because I want you to feel into some of these goals without them taking over you, without you, you know, because when it comes down to it, wealth is a frequency. Wealth is a frequency. Wealth embodiment, which is a big part of this work that I am doing, with my trading, like I'm implementing it all together in my trading, in my coaching, is the wealth embodiment. And that is a frequency that starts with just how committed are you to feeling good on a daily basis? How committed are you to building more wealth in a way where you're not um where you don't feel like it's hustle 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 all of the time, because the doing is great, right? It's like I do a lot of things. I love doing a lot of things, but also I'm taking a lot of breaks. I'm unplugging a lot. I'm dancing, I'm running, I'm doing other things. Like my work is not my only thing, right? Like work is it's secondary. Like life is first. This is why this is what's so important to me, is that your life is coming first. Your family, your body, your health, your mindset, your energy, your um like your time, your schedule. Like you are leaning into, if you so for example, like this is why decided to record this on my own time and share it with you on your own time, whenever you can listen to it, whenever you can watch it, because I care so much about your energy, like your energy, your time, and knowing that you have other things going on, that you're busy. Like everybody's busy. We have a lot of, especially like I have 3 kids, like I'm busy, you guys. Like I have a lot of shit going on. If I'm not doing any trading at all, there's a ton of other shit I'm doing every day. Like like there's a ton of other things that I'm doing. So it's like I've got to, build, create everything that I'm creating in a way that's going to put my energy first. And why I do that is because I want you to put your energy first. I want you to not get so frustrated or disappointed or sad, or like if you don't have enough time to trade one week, if you don't have enough time to trade every single day. I want you to know that you can plug in at any time that you wish, and that the content's going to be there, that more value, like it's not going away in value. Like I am very keen on continuing to do this forever. Like I really love doing this, and I want to support others. I wanted to support others. So I've just been building in a way that is going to allow me to take breaks if I need to not show up, like a specific time of day. Like I want you to trust that that the value isn't going away. That I'm that I'm going to show up no matter what. And if I don't show up for any given reason, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to be very honest about it. Um, there's going to be days when I'm trading less. I'm going to let you know that. I'm going to say, "Hey, like I'm sleeping in today." Like, "Hey, like I'm not trading much today." Like, "Hey, I'm going on vacation." "Hey, I'm not going to be here today." That's why I, want this experience to be, really just like engraving that into you, that wealth is a frequency, that you get to attract more abundance. You get to grow your trading accounts on your own time, in your own pace, that you, of course, are going to continue to have more money to play with, right? And that you're going to be able to grow because you want to show up for it, because you find it fun, because you're like, hey, this is a great way instead of going in to speak to a financial advisor and having them like just literally put your money into some recommendations into some things and it just, and then you not having a part in that. It's like you want to have a part in it. Like you want to learn these stocks and you want to just do your own due diligence because it is a very valuable thing to learn. It's a very valuable thing to, you know, like I'm excited to start teaching my kids it when they're when they're older, a little, obviously. Lincoln is still too young. He's 9. I just cannot see him like just and I think it'd be great. Like another couple years, he's gonna like I hope he gets into it like I am. Like I wish I would have got I wish you guys, I wish my only regret that I did not get started sooner. That I did not get started sooner. I would have 6 figures in my account by now. 110%. I believe that. I would have over 6 figures in my account by now if I would have started several years ago. Um, so, for me, if it takes now, my girls are both in school, or no, no, they're both home. Th- They're both home, but when they're both in school, so Kennedy, now she's 4, she will start preschool next year. Madison will be home. And then the next year, Kennedy will start kindergarten and Madison will start preschool, right? So I'm leaning more into the long term and like saying, hey, if I can just chill and like, and be a mom, like be more of a mom, be like really just focused on life, be focused on living, be focused on, running, like I'm training for a half marathon, giving, focused on giving and value, creating my content, doing the things that I love to do every single day. If I can focus on that more and less on how much money I need to make this week, how much money I need to make this month, how much money I need to make this year in order to feel worthy, in order to feel wealthy, in order to feel successful, in order to feel good, then I'm gonna be one fucking happy camper. Like, I'm gonna be super happy. I'm gonna be embodied in this wealth frequency, and I'm gonna be leaning into all of these desires, into these things that are going to happen as a result of me just freaking breathing more. Like, breathing more, not being so obsessed with needing the 6 figures in my account today, right? Or tomorrow or next year. It's like if I mean, shit. If I actually think about it, you guys, I've tripled my account since February. Since the beginning of the year, it's August now. August was a slower month for me. I'm not gonna lie. I actually have not obviously totaled up everything because it's not the end of the month. Um, but there have been a lot more things that I've been holding this month than selling and profiting from. I've still made, I'm thinking I'm sitting around like 2K or something like that, which is still it still feels good to me. Like I'm home, I'm with my girls, I'm having fun, I'm swimming, I'm doing things, like I'm freaking just living life, right? Like uh, it still feels good to me because I'm not putting like I'm literally, spending a couple of hours a day on work things. And either whether it's trading or whether it's creating content or coaching or coming up with new experiences and things like this that I'm leaning into the rest of the year, it's only taken me 1 to 3 hours a day. And the rest of the day, I really am just doing whatever the heck I want, right? So it's like, um, I'm leaning into this way of doing things just because it feels really good for me. It feels really good for me. So like if I, for example, if I tripled my account since February and it's August, there's still 3 months of the year, September, October, no, 4 months. There's 4 months, you guys. It's so much time. There's for 4 months. If I could quadruple my account since February, since the beginning of this year, that would feel really, really fucking good to me. And then looking at, hey, if I could double that, right? If I could double or triple that next year, I'd already be over 6 figures. And I'd still have so much time until the girls go to school, until both of them are in school. You see what I'm saying here? This is like something that is supporting me in so many freaking ways, mentally, energetically, emotionally, spiritually. Like it's supporting me in so many freaking ways. And I'm not spending a shit ton of time doing it. Like I'm not I'm not sitting at a desk job for 8 hours or whatever. Like I'm not, doing something outside of the house. This is something, and I realized that, like it's a risk. You guys, it's a risk. It is a risk, like, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go all in on this. I'm gonna go all in on this, and I'm gonna freaking replace whatever job I could get, part time." Which there's just I no, like no, like I'm not doing that, right? So for me, it was an easy choice. It was really easy for me to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be all in on this. I'm gonna be all in on this working, and I'm not gonna be in a rush. And I'm going to, if I have to spend less, if I have to, if I have to budget more, if I have to do certain things to be able to do this more and to have more time and freedom, then I'm in. Like I'm all in, right? So, you know, when the market is going through a panic selling time, when people are selling off, you're feeling the fear, you're like, holy shit, I'm losing money. Like it looks like you're losing money. I want you to remember this. You only lose if you take that loss. And if you hold your money in in stocks that you believe are going to keep going growing over time, which I talk about, the ones that I'm in, I'll continue to alert, to give you guidance inside of fast trading. Um, but just think, over time, you have more shares, you're seeing more profits over time in your account. Your account's growing, you're receiving monthly dividends, you're using some of those profits to get some fast money wins, to increase your risk tolerance, um, and you're holding anything that you're holding, you do not pay taxes on. You do not pay taxes on. So if you don't sell for a loss, you do not have to report that loss. It's not actually a loss. It's not a loss until you take the loss. And you can write off up to $3,000 in taxes every single year. $3,000. And if you are a full-time day trader, which I have not done the things yet for, to be honest, I still have to do that, but it's about, I think, a year or two of trading until you can actually qualify for for that. But you can write all of your losses off. You can write all of your losses off if you are a full-time day trader and you qualify. Now, it will be a year for me in November. So I'm still a little ways away from there. That's why I'm leaning into what I expressed earlier here is moving as I'm selling, as I'm scaling profits, moving more of my money into my IRA Roth account so that I can write all those so I can not pay taxes, not have to pay taxes on any of my profits over there. Um, so you don't have to pay taxes unless you sell your profits. Okay, you scale your profits. Now, say say I have 10 shares. Let's do more than that. Say I have 20 shares of $100 stock and it goes up to $150. You only have to pay taxes on the amount that you gained. Okay, does that make sense? So like if I sell $2,000 worth of stock and I bought it for $1,000, then I only have to pay taxes on $1,000 of it. And the cool thing about, trading and doing this is all of your documentation, all of the things that you need are going to be in your account, and they're going to send it to you via, when it's tax time. Like, you don't have to do any of that guessing. You don't have to do any of that. Um, you can have an LLC, and you can use that business entity to write off other things that you are, paying for to trade. So, you can write off some of your bills because you have a home office. You can write off like any kind of coaching, any kind of education things that you buy, mentorship, like things like this. Like, you got to think about what all you can write off, because it all supports you when it comes to tax time. Okay. Now, since I'm leaning into, eventually making 5 figures a month trading and investing, more than that, like, I'm leaning into making even more than that. I'm not there yet, but like, since I'm leaning into that, I am already thinking ahead on tax breaks. And this is where I want you to be thinking too. Because if you are already, for example, our household already makes more than 6 figures. Like, we're sitting at probably $200,000 this year for coming up next tax time, something like that, or even more. Um, you want to come up with however many tax breaks that you can find. um because yeah, I mean, you just do. And then you want to keep growing your wealth and pay less taxes. This is what you want to do. I mean, everybody wants to do that, and you better believe that super wealthy people are doing the same thing, even though they have a shit ton of money. Like, it all comes down to how much do you believe in your capacity to be wealthy, to be more wealthy, to attract more money, to feel more abundant. And for me, it's not just about the money. It's not just about the money. It's about the time. It's about being able to invest in more things. It's having more money. It's holding more money. It's compounding more money, because this, to me, is freedom. And it's being able to live life on my terms. It's being able to, be there for my kids, and to be a great mom, and to have a lot of energy to be a mom, right? To actually, take my kids and do fun things, to go running, to do things, to just really experience the best quality of life that I can experience. And this is why I'm here. And this is why you're here. This is why you're here inside of this experience, because you want to continue to build. You want to continue to grow. You want to not let the fear of losing money control your decisions when trading. And you want to see the bigger picture here. You want to see the bigger picture. You want to have your eyes on the goal, but not in a way where you're going to be obsessed with that. Like, in a way where you are believing that this is going to be something that works for you, not just this month, not just next month, but like over time, that this is something that continues to grow. All right. And that you can see, even maybe possibly, you can see yourself retiring sooner, quitting your job sooner, doing more of the things that light you up sooner, because you decided to um, plug into the market much more. Okay. On your own time, a lot of the research that I do, the due diligence, it's happening off hours. It's happening at night. It's happening like in the middle of the night. I might wake up and I'm like inspired to look up shit, right? Like, it's happening on my own time. It's happening whenever it's happening, but it's happening. But I am showing up for it, but I am consistent. Because once again, I have my eyes on my desires. And you've got to have your eyes on your desires, not your fears. Fear of losing money. Hey, that fear of losing money is somebody else's freaking somebody else's desire. They're like, yeah, we want you to sell. We want you to sell that so I can buy more. Like, they want you to sell. They want you to be afraid, So you got to think like them. You got to think like a really fucking rich person. Regardless of how much money you have right now, it doesn't matter. You want more. You want more. You want more because you see the benefit. You see the value. You see how much more you can give. You see how much more you can do in a way where you have more support to do it, more freedom to do it, more time to do it, right? And you're not feeling burnt out or like like you have to be doing all these things. This is what I desire for you. Um, so just I hope this was valuable for you today. I don't even know what time we're at. Let me look here for a second. 1:22. I actually started this a little bit earlier than 1 o'clock, but that's why I'm like, you know what? Why have everything, that's why I just want to record this on my own time and share it with you. And I want you to be a part of this. If you have questions, if you have anything that would support you, knowing, like, just let me know. Right on this training, private message me. Know that I'm here to support you. I'm here in the Discord. Even if I'm not plugged into the Discord all of the time, I will see your message. I will get back to you. I will, support you or give you any guidance. But just be active in there. Be active in there. Come show up, even if you are not trading, but you want to watch a little bit to just like get a bit, get a better grasp, get more confidence, any of this, like this is the space to do it. This is the space to do it. Look, Nvidia is dipping a little bit. Oh, I can't wait for earnings, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, I better share my screen. Sorry. You're like, wait a minute, I can't even see. I'm just looking at Nvidia again here. And I want to look at crowd too quick. So this one I profited nicely last earnings too. And it's down quite a bit because of all that cyber outage shit with Delta. It went through a huge sell-off, but they are taking no blame. They say that it's not their fault. Um, so, there's all sorts of shit going on. But, well, it's taking a minute to load. But check this out. 3 months, it's down. Okay. It's down $95 and it was actually down more. Look right here. Oh, August 2nd, this would have been the time to buy it right here. $217. Oh my God. Yep. Because look, the high was like 392. And I'm sure it hit more than that too. It always does. It like hits higher than it will show on Robinhood. Um, you guys, it will go back there. It might not be today. It might not be this week. It might not be next month. But it will come. And CrowdStrike is one of those companies that continues to grow over time. Here, you can look at this with any stock, you guys. You do your own research, you look at, hey, what's the 52-week low? What's the 52-week high? Where is it trading right now? Has it went up over time? Here's the year. $116 over the past year. Past 5 years, $172. Still a lot. So if you held this for 5 years back in March 13, 2020, and if you held it and you scaled your profits and you bought the dips and you scaled your profits and you bought some dips, you would be scalping tons of money on this and you would still have it. You would still be holding it. So anyways, I don't have much of this right now. Last month or last quarter, I had more, but I have a lot of other things that I'm holding right now. So I just really do have less money to have bought more shares of it. Otherwise, I would have more. But yeah, so I'm down on it right now. I'm down $4.56. And I'm just waiting for earnings because it's gonna I'm really excited to see what it does. I'm really excited to see what the entire market does after Nvidia reports earnings, especially since Bitcoin and crypto went through a huge dump. Let's check Bitcoin really quick. Yeah, look at it. 58 grand right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. Bitcoin is one of those that's like really wild. I mean, it can go up to like it can go up 6 grand in one day. It can also go down 6 grand in one day. Like it's crazy. But over time, it continues to grow in value. And I believe that 80K is coming. I don't know if it's coming this year. I'm kind of leaning more towards like spring of next year when it's gonna be 80 grand. Could be longer, could be less. I don't know. But I do know, historically speaking, every time Bitcoin goes through a halving, it's down before it gets back up and stays up and makes higher highs and lower or higher lows. So, for example, when Bitcoin went through the halving in 2020, it was down most of 2020. And then 2021 was the bullish year. That's when everything was freaking going crazy in crypto. And it was wild. A lot of people were making a lot of money. Um, and a lot of people lost a lot of money too during the dips. So that's why you got to manage your risk. You don't have to hold. You don't have to hold if you don't want to. And if you're holding and you see it dipping and you're like not willing to hold as much as you have, then sell some, right? Like sell, scale your profits. So then you do have a larger risk tolerance, is what I'm saying. So you can hold longer term and not be so afraid of those dips of the market because overall, you know that things are going to keep growing and expanding over time. All right. So I think that's a good space to end this. Your exercise, your homework, I really want you to focus in on this is really integrating that wealth embodiment frequency and feeling into some of those financial desires and goals, releasing timelines, releasing how and when, like how, what stocks are going to do it for you, when, like just lean into your next desire and just feel into that frequency of how you're living your life and how you're feeling as that becomes reality. And I want you to focus on integrating that by doing one thing today, like every single day, that lights you up, making sure that you're doing that more, making sure that you are, deciding what needs to be let go of, and putting your energy first. I want you to really focus on putting your energy first, um, knowing that there's no pressure. There's no pressure, releasing pressure, releasing any urgencies to rush, and knowing that this gets to be at your own pace, at your own time, because this is what I want for you. I want you to grow and build your trading accounts in a way that is fun, in a way where you're understanding the patterns more, where you're not letting that fear of losing money, the panic selling get to you and affect your decisions and your trading abilities, and to lean into just your success much more in the market. Okay. So I'm gonna go now. I gotta plug in my computer because it looks like it's gonna die soon. Matt is pretty sure both the girls are not sleeping. They are talking and I can hear them. And I'm gonna go. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought of today's trading. I'd love to know your feedback. If you have questions or anything like that, I'll be happy to answer them. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. Talk to you very soon. Bye, everybody.